cheese and a lick mat. All you need to have a nice, calm morning.
Fine bomb. The only good human is a dead human. There is fire, there is smoke. Now fight like apes. A minute of the 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 apes.
Hello and welcome to Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast where we break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movies 1 minute at a time. And Sean throws out the tease that may be the creepiest one you've ever done, because without applying that to your
Without
sweet
knowing that
puppy,
we're talking about our dog.
we don't know if you're feeding cheese to Richard or his wife JJ just came in. Who's getting the cheese?
And then what is a lick mat?
Wow, that was
Yes, Gertie is joining us every now and then this week.
Gertie being Sean's new puppy. That
Well, not so new anymore, but yes.
How old is she now?
This is August, so 9 months.
9 months, but
Yeah.
she's still very much the puppy.
Yes, she's getting spayed next Monday.
Well, she's calming down quite a bit, though, right? She's not trying to chew on her cables.
No, okay.
Well,
here's
she's got to have an hour to get it all through her system.
Here's the difference. It is the exuberant puppy, but you're absolutely right. There is a difference now. It's kind of like once she settles in, it's like, okay, I got it.
All right, she's good.
Yeah, but trust me, when the cables came out right before you got here, that poor little baby was just like
everywhere.
It was fucking Christmas for that dog. All right, here we are. We are up to minute 23. Sean, tell us what's going on.
All right, we start at minute 23 with humans being separated and ends with Limbo saying, unfortunately.
All right, here it comes. Minute 23, Marky Mark and Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes.
Don't be afraid. Come on. It's very touching, man. I can't see for the tears in my eyes. Come on. That one's got crawling with lice. Hurry. Yeah. Oh. Just the teeth on that little one right there. Yeah. Nice. Back. You too. How many times do I have to tell you, wear your gloves when you handle humans?
You're getting soft, Limbo. You normally hack off a limb.
Yes, Joe. That's true. But unfortunately...
As minute 23, you have an Oberon's worth of apes and humans, 2 displaced pods with the humans and apes, and Ape City.
All right, visually, we get the humans being led past Paul Giamatti and some of the gorillas. We see straight-on shots of Chris Christopherson and what's her last name? Is it
Warren?
Warren. Thank you. Is it Estella?
Yes.
Estella Warren. Okay, we see them go past. Chris gets kind of pushed aside by some of the masked gorillas. We get a lot of Paul doing his shtick up there. I guess it was his comedy night. The humans come past, and we see Marky Mark just once again kind of nonplussed, push past them. It is nothing but shots upon shots upon shots of them being hoarded around until Estella gets grabbed around the neck, and then Chris gets upset, and then we fight a little bit, and now Marky's a little upset. Finally, we see Chris shoved aside. Boy, I'm saying the same thing over and over. We get the look to the one gorilla wearing the mask when he's told to wear his gloves, and then finally we get to see Tim Roth show up, along with Helena following behind, and the weird, creepy little.
It's the fact they have a dress.
She looks like a munchkin. I thought we were going to the Wizard of Oz for a second.
It's just the fact that she's in a human-looking dress
Yeah,
when
creepy
everybody
baby
else
doll.
is kind of has modified clothes that
Right.
fit the environment where it should look. That'd be like me wearing a caveman's outfit for some reason.
All right, so the first of it just being one of those innocuous moments that movies are going to have where you hoard things past and we just watch it from.
And we also get the humans talking to each other in the show where it's like, don't be afraid or whatever. Yeah.
It's 100% that we have talking humans. They are not the stupid, dumb mutes that we had in the first
doesn't
one.
explain why they weren't talking to him in the cart the whole time, telling him to, fucking knock it off.
Mm-hmm.
Don't pay attention to yourself.
This is just kind of a mess of hustle dividing choreography that doesn't really make any sense ultimately, because we do kind of cut back and forth to Estella and Chris here and there, and I think even more so in the next minute, or just this one. It doesn't matter. It's just a little all over the place. Little known fact: this is an actual recreation of the choreography at the people going to a Trump rally,
including the biting,
including the biting,
and people having to wear masks around.
Chuck for lice.
I was gonna say, was that in the script? Because it sounded to me like almost Paul Giamatti ad-libbing stuff like that. Oh, check for the lice, and look at the teeth on that little one, and.
The only one that's in the script was the very touching. Really, I can't see the tears in my eyes.
Tears in my eyes. Yeah,
the tears in my eyes.
So the teeth and lice must have just
was
been
all.
him.
Yeah, it was all just kind of added out. He probably had to stand there and just kind of come up with some
stuff
shit
to
walls
make. Yeah.
Oh, and the gloves.
If you guys don't mind something,
wash your gloves. Those are the two lines.
If you don't mind something, I'm going to go back to the moment which Estella's grabbed around the neck, and I'm going to play it back because I'm not entirely sure what's happening here. So I'm going to start a little bit with Paul leading into that. Just to get rampant. Here we go.
Nice.
So here comes Chris. He sees Estella. What provokes the grabbing of the neck is that she kind of sees him again as she starts to run
towards Chris.
They've just been separated, and now they're seeing. And why is she running towards him?
Why is she coming in from the left? And he's coming in from the right.
What was the
they
point
got
of
separated down below?
Yeah, what's the point if they're coming right back?
They're
to the
going
same
like
place?
Around a staircase and coming back to the same center area to get divided again. Like it doesn't really.
It doesn't make sense.
And you want to know what makes even less sense? When she is separated, she is from her back. She's going to screen left, and Chris is going screen right. When they see each other again, she's coming from the opposite direction. Because technically, to come the direction she's coming, she would need to go on screen right in her back shot. And so now it's like they made a figure eight somewhere, so they come. I watched it and I thought, why is she being grabbed? There was nothing that
was no.
Other than we need something dramatic to happen.
I guess something to kind of get them to throw them around. Even Marky Mark kind of gets briefly. He and the other dude kind of get briefly held back while they get pulled apart.
Yeah, just so that they can have a little time to show Chris Christopherson getting beat up and the little kid. Although they should have done a closer insert of the kid biting the hand, because you couldn't tell he was biting a hand until you saw the ape shaking it off and then saying, "Hey, you should wear a glove."
I mean, maybe there was something here that got cut that would explain why there's a little bit of a tussle that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But you're completely right about the two directions make no sense.
Yeah. I thought
they just got separated from the cart. Why are they coming back together again?
I thought it last night while I was going over the notes and I was looking at it, and I even thought at that point, I was like, I need in the morning to watch that again, because and that happens sometimes. Screen directions, things get cut, so it doesn't make sense. But in this, it almost creates a chaos that it's confusing.
Well, It doesn't help that everything is almost the same color. Like if the palette is all the humans blend into the background, the apes blend into the background. The only thing that stands out is if you see human skin every now and then. But everything just is kind of one brownish black color.
Right.
And I did look at it. The way they separate them did make sense. She goes off this way. Chris Christopherson goes that way. Then they come back up, and she's coming in this way. He's coming in this way.
No, it doesn't make sense, because she exits screen left, and then she comes in screen left. If you flip that camera, she should be coming screen right when she does it the next time around.
Okay, so no, hang on. Look, it's like this. This is a camera right here. She goes off this way.
Yes, and that means that she should come in when she comes around the corner. She should come here, but she's coming on the other side.
She is no,
Sean. She is absolutely.
Okay, watch. Hang
she
on,
walks
watch.
screen left.
Hang on. Did I already pass it? Her going.
And the way that you shoot that is now she has to come back in and screen left. If she exits screen left, she has to come screen left. And when the camera flips, and she can't go out one side and come the other, now she'll come in the opposite side.
All right, so she's going off this way, that way. She's going that way now, and she comes around the circle, and she comes back in this way. She went off this way. It's just like what Richard said. Imagine two sets of stairs that join back up at the top. She is taking the left-hand path.
There's just no
reason to separate them.
There's
Just
no
to put them
reason to
back
separate
together.
them to bring them back together again. They're supposed to go get cleaned, and apparently they get thrown into cages. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll find out in later minutes. But yeah, I mean, this is a very just murky. There's so much they could have done to make the Ape City brighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've got vines.
This is
and
what
everything.
I'm saying. It's 6 seconds. Chris Christopherson goes screen right. When that camera comes around, he should be screen left. He should. That is how that you. If you go here, then when it comes back, he has to come from the. You're insinuating that now you're flipping that direction. It's incorrect.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree. It makes sense to me.
All right. So whatever happens, Daddy Thady also now comes up with his family up on the same path. That
Have we
Chris
learned his
Christopherson
name
just-
yet, or is he just a general to us? I think
I'm never
Tim
going to
Roth-
let this go because I know the screen directions drive me nuts.
Okay, but the general and his family, we're now connecting Helena Bonham Carter's character to his character and creepy doll child.
Well, then also we get
They come up the same stairs that Leo and Chris Christopherson just came up.
We get such a Danny Elfman music moment. I got to play this when he shows up. Hang on. Because only Danny Elfman is going to do a roll on a gong. Yeah.
What are they trying? Okay, so this young girl's dress is a sea green color, blue, whatever you want, that blue green, that crayon that's called blue green and also called green blue, with puffed shoulders. And it is so unnatural to everything we've seen so far.
It's the most human-looking thing that the apes are wearing. Yeah,
And it doesn't. It's jarring. It's really, really jarring. They could have done a yellow. They could have done a dirtier yellow or something, and I might have believed it. But something about this is weird.
It's almost like they're dressing her as a Southern belle, and now she's going to see the slaves.
I guess
from
but
the
I
1800s,
guess,
yeah.
but Helena Bonham Carter should have been dressed in the same, something similar. Like,
Well, she's a little girl. Helen Bonham Carter's an adult woman. She's not going to wear little girl clothes.
I guess what also they, as a little girl,
that's Helen Bonham Carter behind them.
She has a snout that Helen and the other adult.
Oh, but that may not be Helena Bonham Carter. Sorry.
Yeah.
She has a snout that the other adult chimpanzee females don't have too. That's another thing that I thought was really weird. She's very.
She's also wearing eyeshadow.
Yeah, that's true.
You're right. That's not Helena Bonham Carter. Sorry,
Yeah.
I just had that in my head. That is, but it's not.
Are you just trying to say all female chimps look alike?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm literally picturing a munchkin from Wizard of Oz. I'm picturing little pointed shoes and the stripy socks. The minute I see that's all I can think of.
And we know that now we're being told that Limbo is fairly harsh with these humans. That if he had bitten someone before, they would have lopped an arm off.
Yeah.
Was that in this minute?
Yeah. That's what the general says to him. I'm surprised.
Oh, you normally hack a limb off.
Hack a limb off. I mean, that is, that's showing what his disdain for these humans is. He doesn't really care about them if he's cutting off arms. They're not that valuable to him.
So, we'll talk about it in the next one.
Well, one thing to Sean's point, I think it was Sean that said this earlier, how everything is the colors are flat. It's also the lighting. You've got that flame burning in the background that's kicking off on no ambient light that could give your eye something to catch on to. I think that it's even confusing when they walk in with a little weird child. It's hard to know what to look at in this scene. There's nothing that's meant. Yes, her dress is probably the most eye-catching, colorful thing, but she's so small in the frame. I don't have anywhere to look. It's like what, Sean one time offered a hint while we were playing a video game that I played 1,000 video games and never just completely thought about.
Yeah.
Look for where the light is. And that's where
they want you to go.
They do that intentionally. They put a light there, but you do that in film too. You'll often put the light somewhere you want people to look, whether that to be distracted for something or to go there. There's nothing here. Sure, there's a flickering flame, but they don't light it.
I kind of wish we had that this gorilla city were closer to the jungle itself. That entire lava area where we're outside and got to see some sunshine is kind of confusing me in terms of coming back into this darkness.
Yeah.
Like I wish the city itself had been a little bit brighter because we were just there.
Yeah.
Or the city had been in the jungle itself so I could pretend that it's still just poorly
Yeah, but
lit.
I don't know, like with the vines and everything in it, you think they could have just with foliage and plants and flowers made it a little brighter in there.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's pretty much it.
Alrighty.
Anybody?
That's it for me.
Going once, going twice. All right. That's it. Minute 23. Everyone have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Come